Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, we are now live at Liugui, processing the Gushu tea. If you are familiar with pu'er term, yes, we have Gushu tea, ancient arbor tea in Taiwan as well. And for people who really know Taiwanese tea, you will know that the only place you can find such tea is at Liugui. And here we are, and this is a and this is the second night we are here, and it's probably way too early to do a live. I think that's Sabida, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's Sabida. You woke up pretty. Oh, we have 4 viewers now. Okay, so I will be. Long time no see. Shisai, quo shisai. Is that the proper term? Anyway, yep. Okay. So good morning over there. As promised, this is second night in Liugui, and we are processing the wild tea. And because of the tight schedule, I have to do this broadcast at a very weird time. And now it's time for our first batch of high elevation ancient arbor tea to get a killing green. And let's have a look of the material. Very exciting. This will be way too properly made. Okay, this is after 6 hours of fermentation. It is filled with a very strong passion fruit aroma inside, and a little bit of nectar, honey nectar aroma. Very strong. Makes you drool, like it's some kind of tasty food. Anyway, and this is a good news. Family Xu, especially younger brother and older brother Mr. Xu, they help us a lot, and that's a good news. So we have a pretty proper tea here for you. Yes, Tabita, it is. However, the bad news, there's bad news. The bad news the bad news is that because of lack of labor, the production quantity is way lesser than what we expected before we arrived. We expected to have over 20 Taiwanese jin combined together. You know, this higher elevation and lower elevation. However, we have way lesser tea now. So it will make this tea pretty valuable, I think. And now, if you are familiar with tea processing, we are doing a killing green now. Okay, normally when you do killing green, you do it at the next morning. Okay, but now it's the next night. So this tea is basically been through a lot in the past 48 hours. And let's see. And is it difficult to process? Yes, it is quite difficult to process. Because this tea is 这个树2层楼高啊，至少。It's the tea material coming from the tea tree that grows this material is at least 2-story high. So it's really ancient arbor. Okay, super old tea. And it's going to be made into a semi-fermented oolong tea. Very excited. Yes. And Mr. Xu, the younger brother here, he is seriously lack of sleep. I thought I was lack of sleep, but he was way beyond my imagination. Okay, so he looks half dead, a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so let's come over here and check our tea. This is our lower elevation tea. Okay, here we go. It came here at 5 p.m. and still going through the withering process. This one will probably be faster than the higher elevation one, which is in the killing green machine. 现在多久了？你没计时啊？可能在3分钟吧，应该就好了嘛。好，你经验来判定一下。 你判定，你判定，哎，你判定，嘿嘿嘿，别，你判定，嘿，不要 hooky 就好。Yeah，应该不会 hooky 啊。You can see there a lot of steam coming from that. Anyway, heading back to our tea here. This one because it's fairly young. It was grown around 20 years ago, so the tea tree is not as wild as the higher elevation one. The higher elevation one has a primitive forest right next to it, but this one don't. It's grown at around 800 meters, and I would say this is a pretty friendly tea to process with, okay, compared to the higher elevation one inside the machine. Yeah. And what should I say? I'm running out of words because I'm also lack of sleep as well. Let me think something else to say. Or you have any question? Just give me shoot me some question, and so I can make up some words here with my live broadcasting. Yes, Tapira, super hard, but super worth it, super worthwhile. Anyway, so if you're not familiar with wild tea like this, it is a lot like those trees from Yunnan. Okay, but we're not going to make into the pu'er cake. We're going to make it, which nobody really does this. We're going to make it into very traditional Taiwanese oolong. Oh, okay. So a tea has done killing green. 还要再多久？差不多哈，不要 hooky. Okay, so we don't want to overkill the tea. Okay, otherwise it will become powder, and I don't think people likes to drink powder. It's the same thing, but you know. Hi, can you explain more about tea process? During we actually have several videos at Taiwan Sourcing Zone, green and drum in a walk. Okay, I will answer that later, but I will answer the tea processing. So, okay, we have more video in the Taiwan Sourcing channel. If you want very detailed introduction, please go there. However, I will do a brief explanation. So we're doing killing green here to stop the fermentation of the tea. Okay, so the high temperature will essentially stop the fermentation. And now after that, you will go to the very primitive rolling again. Not again, the very primitive initial rolling. Okay, because it's just too little quantity here. So this tea won't be a bowl-shaped tea, it will just be a straight line tea. Okay. So another question is, what's the difference between killing green in wok and killing green in our magnificent machine here? I will say my personal preference, okay? Killing green in a wok is very not stable, okay? Very super unstable. And we tea processors are very grateful of the invention of this killing green machine, because it makes everything controllable in a scientific manner. So you can actually record the temperature. Okay, the temperature will be quite even inside, and you can record the timing. With wok killing green, oftentimes the temperature on the wok is not high enough. Okay, it's not enough to stop the enzyme continuous fermenting or working, activating inside the tea. So, okay, this happened. Welcome to countryside. the electric box just shut off. So we have some drama here. Okay, people love drama. We don't like virus, but we still love drama. And here we go. Yeah. So yeah, the difference is with machine killing green, you have a more stable result, okay, and much efficient way much efficient a killing green step. Okay, I hope that answers your question. And back to the tea rolling. 它等一下应该会变成一块一块，会哈。
要撑，就像这样。
然后就再解块，然后再那个，
这个需要吹电风扇吗？
不用吧？
不用那
也可以吹啊，都可以啊，没有差，不用差，没有差，因为刚温度250，对不对？有了哦，那就好。我闻一下好，看一下杀青的状况好。Okay, let's see the killing green. 看一下，够了，对呀，
那就结块了。
结块，然后会再揉一次嘛，对不对？
你做，你讲我们做。
好。
因为我们是揉一次。
可以给他3次嘛，刚温。
等下回炒吗？不用，直接揉。
不用回炒吧？不用啊。不用吧？要回炒吗？
看你。
我想你们会回炒吗？对啊，这个回炒有一点。
会太干。
哎呀，不用回炒，不用。OK， 好。So we're discussing whether we're going to do several step or not over there. Okay, and I'm going to inspect our lovely tea here again. 它味道有点像东美。It kind of smells like Oriental beauty, a little bit, but we're not sure yet because it's still going on. However, the tea, if you know something about tea, the tea inside the tea is really clean, really crystal clean, and that's one of the most important factors when processing tea. Okay, now the rolling again. And if the question I answered did not satisfy you, please let me know. I will elaborate more if you would like to. If no, I will just stand here and rest a bit, okay? Or if you would like to, I can go to this small town and walk around as usual. Okay, since nobody has a question, I'm going to our tea over here. Our tea will require another long time, another long withering step, because this is largely varietal. Okay, I walk around in the night of a deep mountain town. So because this is a very wild varietal, okay, it's wildly grown. Even that fairly young tree is wildly grown. No fertilizer, nothing. It just grew crazy. However, still very little production. Yeah. And because it's wild and the varietal is wild, the withering will take way longer than your regular tea, such as Qingxing Oolong and Jinxuan varietal. Okay, so here is the small town. Okay, Xinfa village. It's a part of Liugui, and Liugui is a fairly simple place. And over here was the collaborating tea factory run by Nonghui, the agricultural club, government club, a while ago. Now it's properly abandoned and will be used as storage warehouse sometimes, but it's basically abandoned. Okay, so no ghosts in there, trust me, no ghosts. And walking around, there's really nothing much to show around this town. There's nothing at all. Over there is a small temple, local shrine for the worship, and pretty much that's all people. And because it's countryside, I will just talk like this. Okay, question. Do you know exactly how long it is going to take, or I just missed that question. Hold on. I just missed. Would you please type that question again? Because I'm walking around, I just missed that. Thank you. And what's wrong with my camera? Top chat, non-live chat. 这里的 live chat. Here, I see it. Do you know exactly how long it's going to take, or are you constantly evaluating? Yes. Okay, for a experienced T processor, that question will be both. I hope you understand why both. Because from our experience and our sensibility, we will know a certain degree that when this tea will be okay at this stage. Okay. But sometimes condition may change because of other stuff. You delayed it, or the climate just changed. Then we have to do the alteration. So I would say both. We know pretty much it's going, but we also have to do adjustment to follow the guideline. And if there's no adjustment, then it's easier to make, lesser work. Okay, let's check the tea again. Wow. 不用吧？哎，这要再揉吗？要不要？再揉一次，再揉一次，再揉一次，再揉一次。直接进冰箱可以吗？现在有空间吗？没有空间就算了，没有空间就明天就好，没有关系，嘿。啊，炒青机关掉哦，算了，没关系啊，关了就关了，不要紧了，哎，不要紧了，没有，就是把它弄干一点，就这样。Hooky 啊，哎，因为它现在，就会回润了，哎。进冰箱了，哎呀。冰箱应该会用。啊？会用吗？冰箱对不对？温度啊，时间。看一下，检查一下。We're discussing the detail of drying the tea. Okay. 哎，温度嘛。啊，这是时间安呢？开关也有80。哎。啊，这个是风口。哎。那你要。打开关起来，就看你自己。哎，调好了，调好这边就按一下，哎，就铺一铺，就哎，好。那你们一般烘多久啊？哎，两个小时为单位。几度啊？60吗？还70？用100哦，这么高？好，看一下哦，是。哦，这样是100。Okay, so we know how we are going to dry our tea tomorrow. Okay. How? Okay. Is there any question? Let me check it real quick. Live chat. Oh, great. Thanks, Ryan. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Ryan. Thank you for your excellent question. I'm glad I'm able to answer it. It has been 20 minutes, and talking 20 minutes straight with a lack of sleeping physical condition is it's not really easy. So if no question, I will just record this a little bit, then I will end it in the next 2 minutes. If you have a question around the machine, the tea, and what they're doing, and why we are lack of sleep, feel free to ask. 我可以拿一点来泡。可以啊。好。 这应该可以。
你的当然可以。
不是啊，就好，我来一点。
你突然问我，不知道怎么回答你呢？
因为我也累了，靠，我也很累啊。I just asked them，没
自己弄哦那边，
好，
因为我们等一下动不动要睡觉。
好。
我等下去，
哎啊，水塔你们等一下就要关了，对不对？
等下续满水。
好好好，麻烦你了，不然又像昨天我吓到了。Okay, Pu-erh asks why lack of sleep. 哎，等一下，我拿太多了。等一下，why lack of sleep？等一下哦。Are you awake when processing a tea? No, I am awake 21 hours. No, not 24. So maybe not that much of lack of sleep, I guess. We're gonna make this draft tea over there. And I'm gonna sit a bit, then explain why I am very lack of sleep. Yeah. And consider I have to drive a lot, really a lot. Okay, hang on. Yeah, I am going to do this farmer style. Then you are going to see my handsome face now. Okay, and I'm gonna boil water. There we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna pour some water. And brew some tea here. So why lack of sleep? A very straightforward question. Because tea processing is kind of like conducting a live opera or orchestra. Okay, once it begins, you really cannot take rest. Okay, you won't imagine a conductor rest at the middle of a piece. Okay, and that's pretty much what tea processing is. We are sort of like a conductor of a symphony. Okay, once it begins, then we have to do everything in a formation. Yeah. If we don't, the tea processing will fail. It won't. It will fail for our standard. Okay, for people who can't tell, then it's just. But for us, we must finish it in the formation. Okay, the withering has to be strictly controlled, and the waving as well. Okay, there's a very strict timeline window that you must follow in order to reach the final version of the tea you want. Otherwise, you can, of course, like this wild tea, it is very forgivable, so you can keep sleeping and you will be just like that. But however, okay, how people just ask why I am and Mr. Xu are lack of sleep, and to reach. 好，感谢. So they're going to sleep now. Okay, I am going to entertain you a bit here, and making Taiwan sourcing one of the funniest T-tube channel on YouTube. Okay. So to reach what we want, we really cannot sleep, because once the tea is plugged, it's continually withering, and we have to do certain things like transformation and so on during that withering stage. If it's overpassed, then whatever you do will be quite in vain, because the chemical reaction time already passed. But okay, and that's basically why we are lack of sleep. Yes. And when will this tea be available on Taiwan sourcing? Let me think. So because we will send this tea for charcoal roasting refinement. maybe a month later, I guess. Yeah. And for people who doesn't really understand the refining, allow me to explain again. So basically, a lot of a tea, or so what oolong with this tea, it pretty much smells and looks like some sort of Oriental beauty. Have a look right here. This is a draft version, so not fully dried yet, but it's drinkable now, and I'm going to drink it alone because everybody is tired except for me. So maybe something like Oriental Beauty. I think it's quite bug beaten, maybe, but not sure. That's why I'm gonna try it now. And where was I? Oh, so maybe a month later, the Chaco roasting refinement won't necessarily give it a roasting flavor. In Legend Cheng'e. Okay, some very sensitive topic and also entertaining as well. I personally, fortunately, had several chance to try his tea, and I will say some people may think it is traditionally followed the guideline. However, I would say there's some several minor flaws in his tea. Okay, it's HT now, pretty old, but for us, we're still able to tell how it was processed back then. Okay, we can also tell how the plantation was managed back then. So, first of all, the material he used was definitely not naturally farmed or wild or organic. So there is agricultural artificial material involved, okay, such as pesticide and so on. And that's the first factor. The second factor is how he processed the tea. I would say it's all right, but we can make it better, I guess. So I hope that answers the question, because this is a bit sensitive. Although he passed away already, I still don't want to, Yeah, you know what I'm saying here. Yeah, just yeah. Of course, the tea is not bad. Just yeah. Should get some sleep. Okay, Mike. Thank you. So that's my personal opinion about Cheng'e tea. Okay. Just my personal. You can disagree with it. You can agree with it. Yeah, it's just my personal stuff. So not the golden standard. Just letting you know, not the gold standard. Okay, I'm going to brew this here. I'm going to show you the soup. And I was explaining Chaco roasting. If you're still interested, please let me know. If not, I would drink the tea a bit. Yeah. Well, Tabita, you're always interesting, aren't you? So when we write Chaco roasting on the website, we don't necessarily means we give it a roasting flavor. Okay. We send every RT to Chaco roasting room, maybe for just refinement, maybe for just very light roasting flavor, because for the tea we processed, we would not like to make it too strong roasting, because when you do that, you basically are erasing some of the original footprint of the draft tea. And when the draft tea is really properly done, you or us, we really would not like to make our original footprint be erased by the roasting. Okay, so on the website you'll notice our tea, we don't really have much very heavy roasting tea, either electric roast or charcoal roast. because we would like to maintain that original footprint of how we do the fundamental, the draft tea, okay, to maintain that. And that's why if we say charcoal roasting, but you didn't taste the roasting flavor, that's because we don't want the roasting flavor be too overpowered, the draft tea. I hope, yes, everyone is happy with that. And if you really like super heavy roasting tea, I don't know, do we have some now? I can't recall. Yeah, we try to maintain the balance between original footprint and the flavor, okay? We try to maintain that balance. And that's definitely not too heavy roasted, like 110, 120 Celsius degree. That's way too high. Yeah, normally the highest we would do just 100, that's all. And for Overlord this winter, we only do at 90. So some people may find it a bit light, but we think that's the most balanced curve for that tea, okay, for the flavor, for the aging potential and so on. And here's the tea. I'm going to drink it. Overlord is pretty good, yeah. 哦，有点像那个啦。Okay, it's okay. I will be here. You know, actually, I feel heartwarmed with all this question. And this tea, a little bit tastes like secret woods, but better. It has a very flavored and multi. Yeah, how come that your tea will be? Well, you can try, but the sad part is I think most of them will be consumed within that 40 years. I will store my personal stash for that long for sure, but I'm not sure about Alice. But Overlord, the tea we're processing today, it will be phenomenal, even past 40 years. Yeah, just the only matter is whether we can preserve that quantitative long enough until the time. Okay, so 40 years, that would be 2060. Oh, that's a whole new world already. Yeah, but I am quite confident. Yeah, I am. Yeah, these tea are quite a treasure. Yeah. Yeah, that's a that's a very big question. Well, yeah, Aaron, I am hoarding some myself as well. I'm actually hoarding at least a gin, any tea I have. Yeah, exactly. We will, despite the virus, we will, because we drink tea. Don't worry, Aaron. You can just enjoy this channel, ask any question you like, and don't worry, you don't need to really buy anything to enjoy your tea. Yeah. So what time is it? So I get these out. Okay, so here it is. Very strong fruit aroma and honey. Really has honey smell. And a quite powerful body effect. Okay, I'm feeling quite different. So this video will be ended in 5 minutes because we have another batch of tea to process. So please ask questions as many as you can right now because we're gonna end very soon. And I'm gonna drink some tea here, waiting for your question. Oh, 这个插进去。 东方美人哦。The outlook is probably not, but the taste is a little bit like. What are you looking for in the tea currently? Mostly for this tea, we will just send for run dry. We won't do roasting flavor at all. We will just make it the driest with the charcoal roaster by Mr. Zhuang. And that's all, because the draft tea like this is already way too perfect. So we don't want to add any extra, roasting flavor to it. That's kind of a waste, because once you raise the temperature to a certain degree, like 80, 90, the footprint will be erased a little bit on the surface. And this one, we don't think we need to do that, because there's not much flaw, I think. And so we will just send it for run dry. Okay, no roasting level involved. 真的很香. Okay, the tea soup looks like Oriental Beauty a little bit as well. Let me show you. Due to super heavy withering and fermentation, this is how it looks like, with 20 seconds of steeping. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. And at this stage, the tea still tastes a bit primitive because it's not fully dried yet. However, it's drinkable and it's pretty delicious for a draft tea. It's really like Oriental Beauty in the taste-wise. What time is it? Oh God! Anyone, can you tell me what time is it right now? I am. 哇，4点52。Oh, 3 p.m. Thank you, Tabita, but we try to make it the best. We try, and we hope we are heading for that direction right now. 1 minute left. Any more questions tea related? 4点50, yeah. So I finally lucky enough to catch Simon live. Thank you, Brotoman. I hope you guys everyone and people who loves Taiwanese tea are doing all right in the other place on the globe. The virus thing is hitting everyone, whether indirectly, directly. I hope you guys are all right. Yeah, and I'd better go to work with the tea again, otherwise it won't transform, even though it's relatively young. So thank you all for watching, and very happy to have you here tonight in Liugui. Wait, another question. What's the taste difference between sun withering and shadow withering? Okay, hang on. So there's another question. I am going to answer really quick. So sun withering, shadow withering is basically if you don't have sun withering, okay, there's only shadow withering you can do. So if you can do sun withering, you better do it, because it will actually make the tea a little bit sweeter at the very end. And you can try to think why is that. So if you have sunshine, do sun withering. Hang on. So try to do the sun withering, okay? As not too much, but you'd better do it. You will build a very good foundation for later shadow, or we call indoor withering, later on. However, if there's only indoor withering you can do due to the rain, the climate, we are still able to make really good tea. Just it will take a lot longer time to do with. Yeah. So basically that's it. If you have sun withering, or we call it outdoor withering, the tea will be a bit sweeter at the very end, if processed correctly. Okay, again, you have to process correctly. So I hope that answers your question. And final question, the tea session, how many tea sessions I do every day? At least once a day, sometimes twice. Depends if I'm super lack of tea, I need some tea to energize myself, like this one here. Okay, so that's all for now. I will see you guys later. And again, thanks for Scott Wilson of this great opportunity to show the beautiful side and a little bit funny side of Taiwanese tea. And I hope you guys all healthy and safe. I will have to work now. And you guys have a wonderful day over there. Bye bye. Bye bye. Yes, I will. I will success. Bye bye.